Hardee's Friday Night Blitz is sponsored by Hardee's, Don Hudson Insurance, Muckadoos, Wicked Diesel, and by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm Jermaine Ferrell, hoping your day is wonderful and blessed. Happy Thanksgiving, good peeps. Welcome to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. We're in the VHSL Regional Finals. Highlights of 5 games, and we kick off the action with our Game of the Week.
Now, the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week, sponsored by Don Hudson Insurance.
Our Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week is the Region 3D Finals matchup. The Williamsburg Terriers with an 11-1 record and winners of 9 straight. They were in Ridgeway tonight, taking on the Magna Vista Warriors, undefeated on the season with a 12-0 mark. Tonight's game is the first time these two teams have met each other in the playoffs. So we go to the hole, and things were rocking and rolling in this ball game. First quarter, the Warriors get the party started. Simeon Moore finds Jameer Harrison, who drives down the sideline. Make a move, young fella. You got one. Touchdown, 7-0 Magna Vista. But Bird would respond. Israel Harrison hooking up with Braden Andrews, who takes it off down the sideline. He's gone, half 100, 50 yards. He won't be stopped, going to glory and daylight. Touchdown to Terriers, and the Warriors are tied at 7. Fourth quarter, Terriers up 10-7. Harrison going to the air, hooking up with Eli Gaines. He gains a score in the zone. Touchdown, 17-7 Terriers. But the Warriors trying to respond, but Jonathan Rosser is taken down. Donvian Davis will come up with a fumble recovery with the turnover on downs, and then the Terriers in the driver's seat. Fourth goal, Harrison gets it in for the score, 24-7 Bird. Later, Bird back in the red zone. This time, Harrison, Israel style, takes it himself, scores 31-7 Terriers. Bird wins their first football regional title, 31-7. Ryan Moye caught up with the winners in the Terriers.
You guys come away with the Region 3D title. Is it still kind of surreal that this is happening right now, especially for this program?
I tell you what, buddy, we were 0-9 2 years ago. This feels pretty dang good. To watch the kids work as hard as they have over the last 2 years, to play with the confidence, and just to watch them enjoy this moment. You know, in a young man's life, this is the kind of stuff that hangs around for a long time. It's unforgettable for them. They created this for themselves, and just super proud of them.
I mean, you handed Magna Vista their first loss of the season in this round of the playoffs. How does that feel?
It feels great. We executed the game plan. I mean, not perfection, but you know, we executed the game plan, and we stayed humble, stayed true, and we tried to find our way when things got rough, and we let ourselves just win.
First and foremost, how does it feel? You guys are going to still be playing football later on.
Feels amazing. It feels amazing. First of all, the goal was just, you know what I'm saying, to always have practice on Thanksgiving. We got there, and now we're moving on. We knew coming into this game we just had to keep our composure. We have great leaders on this team. We just had to keep our composure.
So the Terriers moving on to the state semifinals, and guess who they play next Saturday now? The Terriers would face the winner of this matchup coming up between the Liberty Christian Bulldogs. They're hosting the Turner Ashby team. Now, both these teams are pretty good records, 11-0 LCA as they're in Region 3C finals. The teams met last year in the Region 3C semifinals, LCA winning 50-19 in Lynchburg. The Bulldogs won for their 3rd VHSL regional title. So the LCA, the new digs in Lynchburg. First drive, how about Jeff Moon's going to hand it off to Gideon Davidson. The Clemson Tiger making the bigger the cuts, the bigger the rhymes. Slipping and sliding through the zone. He has a reservation for 6. Touchdown LCA with a 7-0 lead, but Turner Ashby, they would have an answer as well. Bo Taylor, he's going to take the rock plows in from the yard out. We're tied at 7, but there was no answer for Gideon Davidson. He would score, count them, 6 touchdowns, and this was one of them from 50 yards out, making a move, and he is gone. Ryan Burgess said he was scoring more than a little bit. That was 6 touchdowns again. LCA advances to the state semifinals. They'll face Bird with a 63-14 win over Turner Ashby.
Yeah, our guys were ultimately prepared. That was a very good football team. They were big, athletic, you know, big-time players. I honestly didn't see that coming. We'll be very happy to take a win like that. Very well-coached team, and they just ran through their district and the other side of the region there. So we're just so thankful and grateful to be able to still be alive.
Oh, it's everything. I mean, I've been here since first grade. I love LCA. I love everything about them. They are very good, Christ-like people. Love that about them. I'm grateful for them, and I just love Lynchburg and everybody here.
So the state semifinals are set. It'll be a dog battle. Bulldogs hosting the Terriers. Now on the Region 3A finals, Heritage Newport, they'll visit Lafayette tomorrow, Saturday afternoon at 1. In the Region 3B finals tonight, Brentsville District winning a close one over Armstrong, 30-28. Coming up, we have Hardee's Friday Night Blitz playoff action as we take a look. David DeGuzman goes down to Radford for a rematch of the regular season between the Bobcats hosting Glenver Highlanders in Region 2C finals. Stick and stay, please.
Now, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Band of the Week. And now, back to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz on WFXR.
Time to get it on.
And welcome back to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. On to the Region 2C finals. The Radford Bobcats hosting the Glenver Highlanders. This is the first ever playoff meeting. Radford beat Glenver on the road in the regular season, 36-3. The last time Glenver won a regional title, had to go back to 2014 when they won a state crown. Glenver has lost their last 4 regional title games, but this is Radford's first regional title game since 2018 when they won the region. So we go out to Radford. This was a thriller for all to see. We go to the first quarter. Landon Clark is going to drop back. His pass is going to be tipped. And right there is Glenver's Reed Hutchison. But the Highlanders, they were unable to capitalize on the turnover. Later, LC, Landon Clark, dropped back to pass, looking for somewhere to go with it. And guess who's there? It's Reed Hutchison, his second interception of the night, putting the Glenver Highlanders in business. But this time, the visitors would make Radford pay. Brody Doyot finding guess who? Reed Hutchison. He was all over the place. Touchdown. Glenver takes a 7-0 lead in the quarter, but back come the Bobcats. J.D. Grubb getting his eat on. Touchdown. He has the reservation for 6. We're tied at 7. Then Glenver had a field goal, but Landon Clark doing work with the Lauer to Max Knight. The baller shot caller gets into the zone. The 2-point conversion gives Radford a 15-10 lead to the fourth quarter. Same score. Cooper Mullins plows his way in for the score. It is 16-15 in favor of Glenver. Later in the fourth, Landon Clark is on a mission, sprinting his way 67 yards to the house with the 2-point conversion. It's 23-16. But back come Glenver. Mullins again plows his way in with the 2-point conversion. Glenver goes up 24-23. And then within the final minute, how about Clark to Luke Woodard? That's your game winner from 22 yards out. The Bobcats win a thriller, take the regional title, 29-24. David DeGuzman has more on the game from Radford.
Well, Jermaine, a wild back-and-forth contest here in Radford. So different from that regular season matchup that saw the Bobcats blow out Glenver. This was a battle to the end, but in the end it was the same result as the Bobcats get the victory thanks to a touchdown from Landon Clark to Luke Woodard with 10 seconds to go, and that sends the Bobcats to the state semifinals.
Great players make great plays, right? And that's what he is. He's an incredible player. He's one of the best players in the state, any level. And, man, he did it. He did it in the fourth quarter when we needed it the most. That's what competitors do. That's what winners do. That's what he is. But that's what our guys are, right? We talk about that. We get in those situations all the time in practice, and we put them in tough situations. And you know, we kind of said, hey, we're built for this. We're built for this. And, again, there was no panic. 2 minutes ago, when they got the 2-point conversion, it was, hey, let's be calm. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. And to even get in a 4th down situation and then create a touchdown play like that, you know, I just couldn't be more proud of all of them.
Was that not one of the wildest games you've ever played in your high school career?
Yeah, you know, last year when we played them in the regular season, it was the same exact game, but it was a different outcome. And, you know, we grinded all year for this. You know, it paid off in the weight room in the off season. And, man, I'm proud of our guys. We kept our composure, and we just kept fighting. And you know, I think that's what brought us this win tonight. Glenver's a great team. They're well coached. They play hard. And, you know, when a team like that gets going in the playoffs, it's hard to stop them.
So Glenver denied at this stage for the third year in a row in another close battle. Meanwhile, this was the most significant win for the Radford program in years. It's the first regional championship since 2018. It adds to the Three Rivers District title won just a couple of weeks ago. And the Bobcats, once again, moving on to the state semifinals. Reporting in Radford for Friday Night Blitz, David DeGuzman, WFXR Sports.
Thanks so much, David. Now, Radford Gill hosts the winner of the Region 2D final between Graham and Union. That game will kick off at Saturday at 2. Meanwhile, the Region 2A finals tonight, Amelia County taking on Pecoshin, and Amelia County, they will lose to Pecoshin 57-18. In the Region 2B finals, it's Riverheads getting the win over Central Woodstock 41-14. Well, on to the Region 40 title game. The Salem Spartans taking on the EC Glass Hilltoppers at Salem Stadium. This is the 10th meeting in the series. Glass leads at 6-1. This is the 5th playoff meeting. Salem leads at 2-1. The teams met last year in the Region 40 finals with Glass winning at Lynchburg City Stadium 35-21. The Spartans lost their opener to LCA, but since that point, they have reeled off 11 straight games. Glass, they're hot as well on a 4-game winning streak. So let's go out to Salem Stadium for all the action, and the party would get started early for Glass. Case in point, look at the play coming up here. Max Calloway drop back, hook up with Jamar Smith, and look at the cuts, the juking, the jiving. He is gone. Down the sidelines, Glass draws first blood. They get on top 7-0. But back comes Salem. They have a guy you probably have heard of, one of the best running backs in the area. That's Peyton Lewis. Look at that, breaking tackles, and he is not going to be denied. He's going for glory in the end zone, the touchdown. Salem with strong defense and strong offense. They get it done tonight as they win the regional title, taking it 42-14 as the Toppers go down to the Spartans.
I'm proud of our young men here at Salem. It's their 4th region championship in 5 years. They fought their butts off tonight, but there's a lot of things that we need to clean up. We can obviously do a whole lot better than we did.
We came in with a plan. You know, last year we came up short. You know, we got that chip on our shoulder as soon as we came out. We knew what our plan was. We knew we always had to play like we were down. So, you know, we came out aggressive. We didn't flinch. You know, we reset, refocused, and you heard it. Region 40 champions. We coming back this year. Best believe we're getting that chip, baby.
So the Salem Spartans are in the state semifinals. So Salem will visit the winner of this Region 4C final matchup as Tuscarora wins over John Champ 24-21. So Salem will visit Tuscarora next Saturday. Meanwhile, in the Region 4A finals, you'll see that game tomorrow at Battle of Unbeaten's, War Hill taking on Phoebus. And then at 1 o'clock, it'll be Verona taking on King George in that matchup of the regional. Now on to the Region 5C title game. Cinderella, the William Fleming Colonels, they're the 8th seed in the region, pulling off a pair of road wins in the playoffs, heading back to just south of the Richmond area to play Matoaka. This is their first ever meeting. Now the Colonels are playing in their 4th regional title game. They're 3-0 in regional title games. The Colonels beat Mountain View at home 21-19 to claim the Region 5D title. That was in the spring 2021 season. So let's go down to Ettrick, Matoaka High School, and it was early. Matoaka quarterback Riley Justice goes deep to Dylan Newton on a 34-yard score. The Warriors up 7-0. 7th quarter, 14-3 Warriors after a Fleming turnover, and Justice finds Joshua Jiggets. That's 28 yards. Matoaka takes a 21-3 lead, and Fleming's great season comes to an end as they lose to Matoaka 42-3. Coming up on Hardee's Friday Night Blitz, we preview the 1C final between Galax and George Wythe. Plus, Ryan Moye has our latest Player of the Week on the season.
And now, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Hardee's Fan Cam, sponsored by Hardee's. And now, back to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz on WFXR.
Time to get it on.
And we're back with more Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. On to the Region 1C finals as for the 68th time, Galax takes on George Wythe Saturday afternoon at 1 with the game will be played at George Wythe. This is the 6th playoff meeting. Galax leads at 5-0. In fact, Galax has won 11 of the last 12 meetings. George Wythe last won over Galax last year in Galax 20-7. Galax won the regular season meeting at home this year 34-19. Galax has won the last playoff meeting. That was in 2019, 35-17 in Galax. Overall, this is a game about familiarity and being a spirited rivalry.
When you play somebody you're very familiar with, it gets to a point where they know what you're going to do, you know what they're going to do. It's trying to come up with some few wrinkles here and there. But, you know, at the end of the day, since we know each other so well, it's which team executes the best and comes out and plays the hardest is usually going to win.
It's been like this, I guess, for 10, 11 years, or right around 9 or 10, I guess. It's come down between us and Galax every time. And, you know, they're well coached, and Coach Allen does a great job. And, you know, it gets to this point, he knows what I'm going to do, and I know what he's going to do. It's about whose kids are going to come out there and execute.
So again, this game will take place down in George Wythe. The winner of this game will play the winner of Rye Cove Honeacre, as those teams will play Saturday at 1. Now, we will have both coaches' full interviews attached to the preview on WFXRTV.com. Meanwhile, in Region 1A, Northumberland will take on Essex Saturday at 1. And how about this? Region 1B champions, the Alta Vista Colonels. They get it done. They advanced to the state semifinals. They went over Sussex Central 22-16. Now, Alta Vista would host a state semifinal if Northumberland wins over Essex on Saturday.
Now, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Player of the Week, sponsored by Wicked Diesel.
Well, this week's athlete has received this honor before. Not only is he fantastic on the offensive side of the ball, but you know what? His defense is top-notch. Not only did he have 2 tackles for loss, he also put up 9 tackles in total in his team's 27-20 win over Jefferson Forest last Friday. And guess what? He is back and your player of the week.
Michael Thomas, running back, linebacker, EC Glass High School. Second half, we just came out like, initially going into the game, it was about redemption, so we was already feeling that heat. So as soon as we started off the game doing well, we just wanted to keep it going. It's like the underdog mentality. This year we got it like bad. Like at first it was just like, all right, everybody's doubting us, we understand that. But now it's just like, all right, we want y'all to doubt us, because that makes us play 10 times better in our eyes. We got a lot of dogs on our defense, like Jaron Page, a DN that we have on our team. Like, he's really underrated, but he's a really good player. And like, it's people like that got that leadership mentality that help bring the team morale together on defense.
What has it been like having Coach Lovelace as a coach?
It's been really good. He's a great leader. He teaches us how to be real men outside from football, and as far as football goes, he gets the job done. So really happy with it. This group of guys is people that you've been with like your whole life. It's not just like high school. We've been playing together since Little League days, or either against or together. So it just like the last year with each other, it's just that special feeling. You gotta seize it. My approach to my last game was just like, I didn't really feel it yet. I didn't really feel that senioritis kick in, as they would say. But to now, like I mean, it's just like trying to keep going week by week. Everything that's been going on this year, all the adversity that we came against, like this team is really like more than, it's a family. It's like a real family. So like us playing and keep playing and trying to go for the chip, that's just us trying to fight for another week together.
But what does it mean to you when you put that glass jersey on, especially this year?
It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me because everywhere you go, you try to leave a legacy behind. And what I'm doing here at Glass, I'm just hoping I leave one.
Up next, we put a wraps on the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. So thanks so much, Ryan. We have our play of the night, plus our unsung hero. Stick and stay, please.
And now, the Maca Did It Play of the Night, sponsored by McAdoo's.
Our Maca Did It Play of the Night comes from Salem Stadium, the super senior, Salem's Peyton Lewis. Salem was trailing 7-0, but no longer. They get it down the zone for the touchdown. So the Maca Did It Play of the Night goes to Salem's Peyton Lewis.
And now, it's Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Unsung Hero, celebrating those who keep the game moving. Sponsored by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
This week's Unsung Hero is William Byrd head football coach Brad Lutz. Now, we found out tonight Coach Lutz is the Washington Commanders nominee for the Don Shula NFL High School Coach of the Year. The High School Coach of the Year program is an NFL initiative that aims to highlight local high school football coaches who consistently demonstrate a dedication to their programs, their players' health and safety, and making a difference in their community. Now, if Coach Lutz wins it, he gets $15,000 for William Byrd High School, and he personally would get $10,000. But he's a super coach, so congratulations to Brad Lutz winning our Unsung Hero Award. Now, also coming up tomorrow, don't forget, we have Virginia and Virginia Tech, the Commonwealth Clash. A Virginia Tech win, they become bowl eligible. Also, the Liberty Flames, they will head out to UTEP as they face UTEP tomorrow. We'll have highlights of both their games, plus the George Wythe Galax playoff game. Well, folks, that does it for this edition of the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. We'll have this show on WFXRTV.com momentarily. Thank you so much for watching the show. Next week is our state semifinals preview show. I'm Jermaine Ferrell. Hope all of your teams are winners. Have a wonderful and blessed night and weekend, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving!